What's going down, people? How you doing? This is TK Pride coming at you. Just want to hit you with another interesting conversation. You know what? I talk to you guys because everyone has a different perspective, and guess what? I may have experienced something that you may not have experienced just yet, or my perspective might be a little bit different from yours. So the idea is to help people to open doors because my focus is always on grinding. My focus is always on advancing. You know, I'm a push forward type person, and I always shoot for the moon. So the deal is, right now I make about a little bit less than six figures on my job. Just got a raise at work. But I also just crossed the platform where the amount of money that I make in my business outside of work exceeded what I make at work. So in other words, I get paid $250 a day in paper at work, and I just went to $300 a day in Bitcoin in my personal business. So that amount exceeds. And the concept is simply, I was pushed into this. I work as a contractor, so that's like working as an NBA or any type of sports contract, because the contract's not guaranteed. At any given moment, you can lose your contract, go on injured reserve, and you're back in the States working at Walmart. So because of the volatile nature in contracting, it pushed me into finding a plan B, okay? And when I stumbled on Bitcoin, it became my plan B, and now I'm making more money in Bitcoin than I make at work. So the overall thought process is you got to do it. You got to have a plan B, and you need to implement it at the same time that you are at work. You know what I mean? When I first got into contracting, I said, well, I'll just wait till I go home. And then when contracting got very scratchy and iffy, I was like, well, let me find something while I'm still working. So it's a nice balance. When I have to grind every day at work, it takes my mind off of my business outside of work. When I'm not at work, you know, I can focus on my business. So it's a perfect balance where one complements the other. And eventually, once I get to the stage of putting away money for the future, investing in other programs, taking the money that I make in Bitcoin and leveraging it to other places, once I get to that growth level, then I could just walk away from my job and be like, okay, I've put enough of it away where I'm solid. And on top of that, I don't put my eggs in one basket. I have 7 different sources of income. 3 associated with Bitcoin investment banking. I have 3 on standby with Bitcoin options trading. I have 3 gold companies that give me gold and silver. So I never put my eggs in one basket. So while I'm at work, I'm working on my business outside of work. While I'm working on my business, I'm thinking about diversification, because you want to have it not only where you put money from your business away, you also want to have it where your business, in my case, my 7 income sources, have all grown to the point where I constantly have an income. You know, the average millionaire has 7 different income sources, so if one of them goes away, they're still having, you know, a decent income. So that's where you want to grow to. You want to grow to strengthening your 7 incomes. You want to grow to the point where you know that your assets, because that's the income that you focus on, or maybe I should just say the only income I focus on is assets. So I want to get to the point where all of my assets have grown to the point where they're substantial, and that the amount of assets that I put away could build a decent future. And then also the daily income that I receive has grown to the point where is substantial. So that's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm working on, and that's the only goal. The goal is to make those strides, get to those accomplishments, and then once you finally reach those levels, you can say, okay, it's time to walk away from my job. But get there first. And don't get there with one fucking basket. All these people are talking about, oh, I did this, I did that. You know, network marketing is shit. Why? Because that company could fucking blow up and become Enron. All it takes is the CEO to get greedy, and there goes your income. So don't base your assets on, or I should say, don't base your quitting job on some fucked up network marketing company that could go away tomorrow. Everybody always says, well, what about the investments with Bitcoin, blah, 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 what if they go away? Grow to the point where you have a substantial income, and if any of your incomes go away, you're still doing well. You have to have the long-term strategy of diversification. You know, most of the business money that I get, all I do with it is leverage it. Leverage it left, leverage it right, and stage for long-term success. So put that in your mind. Think 5 years ahead. Execute actions. Stop living for fucking today and stop spending money like if it's fucking water. You know, get to the point where you spend money on things that make money and think long-term. You know what I'm saying? Spend money on assets. Spend money on gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And then long-term plan so that everything that you participate in grows to the point where it's paying you a substantial amount of money. And then leverage that money so that it's growing, and the fact that you put it in something that makes it grow and you didn't put that seed capital up means that you're winning in the long run. So that's the concept I just want to convey to you guys, because it's what I'm doing. I don't know if half you guys fucking realize it. Most of the stuff that I talk to you about is things that I'm going through, things that I'm currently doing, or things that I've already accomplished. So that's what qualifies me to have these conversations, because I just fucking did it yesterday, or I'm going through it right now, or it's an accomplishment that I've already made. So there it is. Take it, leave it, scroll past it, whatever you feel necessary.